Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is our privilege to welcome you to the 89th annual meeting of the Jewish Federation of Delaware.
As always, it is a pleasure to see so many familiar faces and a few new ones too.
Don't worry, there's no need to adjust your lenses. You're not seeing or hearing double. We are, in fact, two different people. I'm Paige.
And I'm Pam. And we are your co-hosts for this evening meeting. In addition to serving as directors of the Federation Board, we are also members of the Jewish Federations of North America's National Young Leadership Cabinet. And we are the co-chairs of the Young Adult Division of our Jewish Federation.
Tonight, in addition to hearing from our CEO, Seth Katzen, and our board chair, Carol Marcus Stape, we will be installing our newest officers and directors, and we will be honoring three very special members of our community.
Before we get started, we wanted to take a moment to reflect on the past year. In September, we started the year with hope and promise as Paige and I, with the amazing support of Emma Dreben, renewed and reinvigorated our young adult programming with the successful kickoff event of the Young Adult Division's, or YAD's, 5784 New Year's Party. However, the day before our October program, the events of October 7 unfolded before our eyes. Fearful, worried, horrified, we discussed how or even whether to proceed. But as we all know, we are stronger together. And so the show went on with added prayers for our brothers and sisters in Israel, for the hostages, for the families grieving, and with tons of discussion about how we could help from here. We are proud to announce that the Young Adult Division raised almost $6,500 for the Jewish Federation of North America's Israel Emergency Fund alone. And we saw nearly 50 people attend our monthly events throughout the year. In fact, we were so successful with YAD this year that next year, we plan to roll out a young leadership division to build and support young leaders in our community, so stay tuned for more information on that to come.
YAD's success is just one example of how our community has rallied together during a very challenging year. In addition to our largest annual campaign to date, as a community, we have raised over $1 million for the Israel Emergency Fund. Thanks to your generous donations, your countless volunteer hours, and your unwavering commitment to our shared values, the Jewish Federation of Delaware has been able to provide vital support to our local community and to our brethren in Israel, strengthening the bonds that unite us as the Jewish people. Looking back on this past year, we are reminded that we are truly stronger together. In addition to thanking all of you for your ongoing support, we would be remiss not to thank our incredible professional staff who have worked tirelessly through innumerable challenges to ensure the success of our Federation's efforts and events. Let's all stand and give them a round of applause. Yay, staff. Once again, thank you to everyone in this room for all that you do to make our community so special, and we look forward to a new year ahead together as one. With that, we'd like to invite Rabbi Beals of Temple Bethel and head of Derech
And Shir
to the stage to lead us in the national anthem and Hatikvah.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket tree and the home of the brave. Please wait one moment for the Hatikvah to be properly Israeli. We must be authentic. All right. Hatikvah. Ko balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homiya ufatem Yisrak kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lo avda tikvatenu hatikva bat shnot apayim liotam chofshi be'artzenu be'eretz Zion Yerushalayim liotam chofshi be'artzenu be'eretz Zion Yerushalayim.
Yasher Koach. Thank you so much to Rabbi Beals and Shir for leading us in that beautiful rendition. It's now my honor to introduce Rabbi Abe Rabinovich of Adas Kodesh Shel Emeth to the stage to deliver the Devar Torah.
Thank you, Paige and Pam, PNP. 89 years. Today, with the permission of Carol and Seth, I want to do something unorthodox. Instead of delivering a Devar Torah, I'm going to tell you a story about the great legend John Lennon. I strongly believe that every good story could be a Devar Torah, and maybe a sermon too, especially when it comes to the Beatles. So, how many of you know that John Lennon was married to Cynthia? And they had a son, Julian. One day, John met Yoko, and he fell madly in love, and he divorced Cynthia. And they had some financial arrangements. But one day, Cynthia decided she needed more financial support. She decided she's going to auction off all the love letters that John wrote to her while they were courting. It was a tough decision, but she had to make the decision. Somebody bought it, paid a nice sum of money, but a few weeks later, a large package arrived at the door. When Cynthia opened up the package, she was surprised to see that all the letters she just sold recently was returned to her. But every letter was framed beautifully in a custom frame. There was a note in the package, and it said the following: hold on to your memories and never let go of your old beautiful memories. And I repeat, hold on to your memories and never let go of your old beautiful memories. Signed by Paul McCartney. Thank you, Carol and Seth, for inviting me to address the JFD's 89th annual meeting. Thank you to the Jewish Federation of Delaware's leadership for all your hard work in helping build the future of our Jewish community. Thank you for always being available to help and support Adas Kodesh and all the local synagogues all year round. This past year, I have come to learn about your love and dedication to Judaism and Israel. Thank you, Seth. You are a true leader and loyal servant to the Jewish community of Delaware. 1935, 89 years ago, was a great year for enterprise, bringing the first can of beer, the first pair of briefs, and the first parking meter, as well as discovery of the neutron and the radar technology. Momentous speed records were broken by the boat, plane, car, and foot. And the Hoover Dam and the Moscow metro system all opened their doors, and Jewish Federation Delaware opened their doors as well. But it wasn't a good year for the Jewish people. In 1935, Nazi Germany, Hitler began introducing new laws to marginalize and oppress the Jewish people. An American presidential candidate and senator, Huey Long, was assassinated. However, nothing stopped the Jewish people in Delaware from pressing forward and building safer and stronger communities for the future of the Jewish people in Delaware. And here we are today, 89 years later, standing here united and strong. This past year, post-October 7th, has been a difficult one for the Jewish people in our holy land of Israel and in the diaspora, as we witness the rise of anti-Semitism in our college campuses and all around. The leadership of the Jewish Federation of Delaware, with the help of our clergy, have rallied and united our community in support for Israel and Jewish pride. Thank you for preserving the memories of the Jewish people and for creating many beautiful new memories. My friends, please always remember, hold on to your memories and never let go of your beautiful old memories. I will conclude with the words from the psalmist in Psalm 89. Chazdei Adonai olam hashira, ledor v'dor adia monatcha bepi. I will sing the Lord's steadfast love and kindness forever. To all generation I will proclaim your faithfulness in my mouth. Ki amarti olam chesed yibaneh. I declare the world could only sustain itself with love and with kindness. Baruch Adonai La'olam, Amen v'Amen. Praised is the name of the Lord forever and ever. Amen and Amen.
Good evening. Tonight marks my 14th report as your president and CEO. When I reflect upon my tenure, our community has faced numerous challenges over the years, including a volatile economy, political unrest and divide, and more recently, witnessing a rise in anti-Semitism and hate around the world and in our own backyards. However, with all these challenges, we have learned the importance of resiliency, perseverance, and the power of collective impact. Daniel Schwartz, a professor of history and Judaic studies at the George Washington University, in his recent article from the Sapir Journal, says it is something visceral, instinctive, something that stems not from reason, not even from faith, but from the kishkas. A Jew I am, and a Jew I will remain. This inherent ideology is what I will highlight this evening. Our world changed forever on October 7th, when Hamas attacked the Nova Music Festival in Israel, as well as several settlements near Gaza, savagely murdering 1,200 innocent lives and injuring thousands more. Jewish Federation of Delaware immediately coordinated the We Stand With Israel solidarity rally on October 11th, just 4 days later. That drew more than 500 people from our community in attendance, including state representatives, interfaith clergy, and our community leaders. Days after the rally, we launched the Israel Emergency Fund to raise critical dollars for the immediate needs. In less than 3 months, we raised more than $1 million for the IEF, and our collective system raised over $836 million. Thank you to co-chairs Meredith and Ned Weinberger and Jerry Heisler for your leadership of managing the IEF. Delaware also proudly supported the March for Israel, a pro-Israel demonstration at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on November 14th. We brought 2 full busloads and joined nearly 300,000 people in attendance and 250,000 others via live stream, making it the largest pro-Israel and the largest Jewish gathering in U.S. history. In addition to the Israel Emergency Fund, our 2023 annual campaign exceeded $1.921 million, and our 2024 campaign is on pace to surpass this achievement. Thank you to annual campaign chair Josh Schoenberg. The annual campaign and IEF combined raised more than $3 million this past year, a testament to our leadership, staff, and the generosity of our vibrant community. Our women's philanthropy comprises nearly 50% of the annual campaign. We thank Sissy Aronson and Barb Blumberg, who chair this important division, as well as Michelle Silberglied, who chairs our Dignity Grows initiative that delivers feminine hygiene products to those who cannot afford them. Jewish Fund for the Future, Federation's planned giving and endowment arm, exceeded $31 million at the end of 2023. I wish to thank JFF Chair Connie Sugarman and Associate Director Gina Kozicki for their support in growing legacy giving in our community. I want to thank our 5 beneficiary agencies, the Siegel JCC, Albert Einstein Academy, Jewish Family Services of Delaware, University of Delaware Hillel, and the Kutz Senior Living Campus for delivering critical social services and programs that inspire Jewish life throughout Delaware and the Brandywine Valley. Your philanthropy also supports the Jewish Historical Society of Delaware, UD Chabad, CTEEN, BBYO, and downstate programs in both Kent and Sussex counties. Federation directly manages PJ Library with over 500 active subscriptions. Thank you to Federation Outreach Director Samantha Grundy. Our Young Adult Division, or YAD, creates relevant programming by listening and learning to do things differently. Thank you to co-chairs Paige Alderson-Smith and Pamela Meisler, and YAD Director Emma Drieben. Our Jewish Community Relations Committee serves as Federation's social and political advocacy arm. Thank you to JCRC co-chairs Marty Lesner and Josh Schoenberg, and Director Rabbi Ellen Bernhardt. JCRC works with the Helena Wynn Preston Holocaust Education Committee, and we thank HEC co-chairs Carrie Molesky and Lisa Dodone-Wiener, as well as advisor Steve Gonzer, for ensuring our community never forgets. I remain proud of our marketing and communication materials, including our award-winning monthly magazine, Jewish Living Delaware. Thank you to co-chairs Michael Sigmund, Susan Towers, editor Emma Drieben, and our hands-on committee. Jewish Living Delaware is complemented by our weekly email Federation News and Notes sent to nearly 1,800 email addresses every Friday morning. Earlier this year, we updated our website, shalomdelaware.org, with easier site navigation to serve as the community portal to Jewish life. As the landlord of our 32-acre Weinberg Jewish Community Campus, Federation's Facilities Management Board provide oversight to the campus daily operations, property management, and capital maintenance policies. We thank FMB co-chairs Robin Kaufman-Sarin and Jean Castellano. Leveraging data from the Delaware Jewish Community Study, our strategic planning task force, co-chaired by Jack Blumenfeld and Jennifer Goldstein, helped us define key priorities. We will be formulating leadership groups in the coming months to tackle each of these cited areas. Community safety and security will also be addressed. I remain proud of the work Federation does to support Israel and in 70 countries around the world through our partners, Jewish Federations in North America, the Jewish Agency for Israel, the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee, and World ORT. We fund Birthright Israel, as well as enhance our ongoing relationship with the municipality of Arad through Partnership Together. We thank first-year community shaliach, Yuval Moha, who will return for a second year to build a living bridge between Delaware and Israel. Federation's success is built on a culture of having dedicated staff who live and breathe our mission every day. We work as a team where together everyone achieves more. I wish to acknowledge Team Federation for their ongoing dedication. Special thanks to Ina Gelman, who coordinated all the logistics for tonight. Our staff works together with engaged lay leaders. I wish to thank Board Chair Carol Marcus State for her leadership and support the past year, and look forward to continuing our partnership in the year ahead. Thanks to the Executive Committee, Board of Directors, and past presidents for their ongoing guidance and counsel. Tonight's theme is Together as One. It epitomizes the importance of collective action and collective responsibility in everything we do, both internally and externally. Behind me is a QR code to access our digital impact report to the community. I urge you to take the time to review it and celebrate all that we have accomplished together as one. Please watch this very short video, also included in the impact report.
Imagine a world where Jewish life can flourish. A future where Israel lives in peace with its neighbors. A culture free from the darkness of hate and intolerance. A society where everyone's basic needs are met. This isn't a distant dream. It's a vision fueled by the unwavering spirit of the Jewish people. Bound together by a powerful mission and a shared purpose. We can do anything when we do it together, as one. As one, we stand in solidarity with Israel and Ukraine. As one, we deliver humanitarian aid to the front lines. As one, we offer a helping hand and a shoulder to lean on. As one, we speak up against hate and intolerance. As one, we combat the rise in anti-Semitism. As one, we protect our homes, schools, and synagogues. And as one, we spark a lifelong passion for Jewish culture and traditions. The bright and hopeful future we envision cannot be achieved alone. Let's build it together. As one. Will you join us?
I close my report tonight with a quote from Sheryl Sandberg. It is the ultimate luxury to combine passion and contribution. It is also a very clear path to happiness. Thank you for the privilege to serve this amazing community for the past 14 years. It is now my honor to welcome to the podium Federation Board Chair Carol Marcus State.
Pink is clearly one of my favorite colors. I'm reversed this year, I guess. Thank you, Seth. It has been an incredible honor to work alongside you, the Federation staff, our executive committee, our board of directors, and the dedicated lay leaders who selflessly devote their time, their resources to the Jewish community, and their love. I am filled with gratitude for each and every one of you. My friends, this past year has been filled with many challenges and opportunities, and yes, atrocities. However, I stand here today proud to declare, together as one, we have supported each other through one of the most challenging and significant years in our history since the Holocaust. Together as one, we swiftly provided emergency relief to our brothers and sisters in Israel after the horrific October 7th tragedy. And together as one, we will continue to stand by and support our families and friends in Israel. Together as one, we have witnessed the alarming rise in anti-Semitism. And together as one, we will not back down. Together as one, we continue to raise our voices against hate, discrimination, anti-Semitism, racism, and violence, because when we say never again, we mean it with every fiber of our beings. Last year, I stood before you and pledged to ensure that the Jewish Federation of Delaware, our sister agencies, our organizations, our synagogues, and you would continue to exist, but not just to exist, to thrive and to flourish. Together as one, we achieved remarkable milestones, as Seth just said. Our programs drew unprecedented crowds, expanding our services and memberships in our synagogues and agencies. I know that Seth has just highlighted many of our extraordinary achievements, yet I wish to underscore two particularly poignant events from this past year. The first was our Federation Community Shabbat, featuring Rabbi Menachem Creditor and the incomparable Neshama Carlbach, his wife. With over 300 attendees right here at the JCC, including the Creditor and Carlbach families, alongside our Delaware clergy, we shared an evening that inspired, uplifted, moved us to tears, but culminated in joyous community worship. It was a spiritual triumph uniting us as one community and one people. The second event was our spring soiree at the Greenville Country Club. Our co-chairs, Kim Ginsburg, Jody Mickelberg, Gina Schoenberg, Meredith Weinberg, were guided and counseled by our women's philanthropy co-chairs, Barbara Blumberg and Sissy Aronson. These visionary leaders recognized the importance of combating anti-Semitism and educating our broader community about Israel and contemporary Jewish life. With the participation of over 250 sponsors and friends, we reaffirmed our steadfast support for Israel and the Jewish community of Delaware, standing together as one. Last year, I also emphasized putting community first, serving the many, ensuring our community members felt safe and welcomed. Who knew? And also committed to maintaining a vibrant and strong Jewish community from generation to generation, as Rabbi Abe pointed out. I am happy to say that together as one, we provided outstanding security, enabling us, and can we just take a minute and recognize our security team for their steadfast work? I am happy to say that together as one, we provided outstanding security. It enabled us to celebrate and collaborate without incident. Again, our events were enjoyed by everyone without fear or worry, because the Federation and you, partnered to provide a safe place for all of Jewish Delaware and the Brandywine Valley. I championed inclusivity, creating a welcome space for all at our table. And I encouraged the next generation to understand the true essence of philanthropy. I'm really proud of the work that our young people have done. They're not young, but I call them young because I'm old. But I'm really proud that Paige and Pamela were able to announce the Yad donation. I'm sure this is the first of many. No pressure. But I also want to point out for any of you that were here on Super Sunday, we had a full table of Yad volunteers making calls from the moment we started until we ended. Again, unprecedented. I also committed to listening and empowering our future leaders to pave the way for a brighter tomorrow, and they did. I invited each of you to join us in embracing new ideas, creating impactful programming, becoming ambassadors, philanthropists, and visionaries who invest in our collective future. You, we, together as one, answered the call. Together as one, we grew in breadth and depth. New ideas brought forth innovative programming. For the first time in over 10 years, the base of both our volunteers and our donors grew. And as Seth also mentioned, through the vision of Jen Goldstein and Jack Blumenfeld and their committee, we will soon embark on a strategic plan which will allow us to meet the ever-growing needs of Newcastle, Kent, and Sussex counties in Delaware and the Brandywine Valley community as we invest in Jewish Delaware. So before you today, I proudly affirm once again my commitment to you and to our wonderful, diverse community. I look forward to working with our new executive committee and board of directors, and once again, I look forward to hearing your why. Together as one, we have the power to uplift, inspire, and create lasting change. Thank you. I'm not sure, Pamela, oh, Russ, I didn't know if I was introducing you or one of the girls were. Great, sorry. And now I'd like to introduce my friend, our most current past board chair, and a wonderful human being, I must say, Russ Silberglied.
See that? I said I didn't need an introduction. I got a lovely one, so that's very nice. Thank you to Carol and to Seth for your leadership in this most extraordinary year. I think we all agree that this is the most extraordinary year of most of our lifetimes, so thank you for your leadership. And also, before getting into the business of today, I just wanted to congratulate 3 award winners that will be getting awards right after I speak today. Each one of them is an inspirational person, has done extraordinary things, and I might or might not be partial to one of them. So on with the business of today. First of all, who our nominating committee was, because they really did a great job making sure that we came up with names, some of whom I knew, some of whom I didn't, but making sure that we got terrific people. So our nominating committee, who we thank, was Karen Legum, Alicia Kaplan, Philly Miller, Brian Schwartz, Aaron Stolman, and Brian Applebaum, some of whom are today, so we thank them all. The nominating committee started out by making sure we understood which positions we had to fill. There were several people whose term was up, including having filled 2 terms like Herb Conowitz, which under our bylaws, that's it. But we also were filling slots held by the following who are leaving the board, who we thank for their service: Jesse Miller, Hetty Mintz, Sarah Rosen, Zach Platzis, and Jerome Nokolis. Some of these people are continuing to stay on with Federation in different capacities, just not on the board anymore. The board quickly decided that, the nominating committee quickly decided that we would enthusiastically recommend for a second term the following 4 people whose terms had expired: Jen Goldstein, Josh Schoenberg, Yoav Tal, and Ned Weinberger. That left us with 6 seats to fill, and we have proposed the following: David Dribbin, Lisa Morris, Dave Foreman, Joel Simon, Sam Kaplan, and Ehal Schweike. Now, the first 2 people I mentioned had been on the board serving 1-year board chair appointee terms. They're now being elected to a full 3-year term. And I just wanted to point out that with Joel Simon and Sam Kaplan, Sam, who is here today, we thank him for that, this is the first time that the board is going to have 2 people from the Rehoboth area on our board, not including past presidents like Leslie, who also is here. We thank her for that as well. And, you know, our community study was showing that this is an area that's growing. So we're very, very thankful that we have now 2 members from the beach area on our board, not including past presidents. Several of these new board members are here today. Perhaps you can stand to be recognized. Thank you. As for officers, we had 3 spots to fill, not including people who are being reappointed. So obviously Carol being reappointed as chair, Mitch Steinberg as vice chair, Yoav Tal as vice chair, Arlene Johnson returns as assistant treasurer, Jen Goldstein returns as secretary. The new slots are proposed to be filled as follows: the other vice president or vice chair, there are 3 of them, so the third is Josh Schoenberg. The new treasurer is Jordan Rosen. And the new assistant secretary is Ned Weinberger. The last thing I will say is that makes our executive committee have 5 people from, we've referred to them as different things today, our younger leadership division. Definitely young as compared to younger than me, so if we want to call it that. But really, that's probably the highest percentage we've ever had, or at least in a long time, and that means that we are in good stead. So with that, I would entertain a motion to elect that slate of directors and officers. Barbara has so moved. Anybody like to second it? Okay, Marty in the back is seconding it. All in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, they have all passed. Thank you very much. And with that, we're up to the awards portion of the day, and to present the first of the awards, I invite up Leslie Newman, one of our past board chairs.
You notice Seth took his glasses off to read. I'm putting mine on. I recently read a wonderful book entitled The Amen Effect by Rabbi Sharon Brous. She was born in New York, and she is an active rabbi in Los Angeles. She believes, and I'm quoting, open-hearted, authentic human connection is a biological and spiritual necessity. It is the key to belonging and the antidote to loneliness. It can be the deepest expression of faith and gives us meaning and purpose. It also helps us approach both joy and pain authentically. We in Delaware are very lucky to benefit from a strong, vibrant Jewish community, one that offers support in very challenging times, but also rejoices in simchas. The secret ingredient for this tight community is relationships. Relationships come from many opportunities, such as belonging to a club, having children in the same class, worshiping together in synagogue, becoming involved in communal affairs. Connections run deep here. My 44 years of living in Delaware has been enriched by being part of this Jewish community. I would guess that many of you sitting in this room have a similar story. However, for this to happen, it often takes people who reach out to get us connected. Stephen Rothschild was one such person. I met Steve when I was asked to sit on a task force in the 1980s to make recommendations to determine options for the Kutzom, which was having its share of challenges. Then, as throughout his too short life, he valued engagement in our Jewish community. Steve was known to include many of his young Jewish law associates in communal projects. But that was not all. Steve and his wife, Carol, invited a young attorney named Stuart Grant and his wife, Susie, to their home to introduce them to our community and the Jewish Federation of Delaware. Steve obviously did a great job. How pleased Steve would have been if he knew that Susie is now receiving the 2024 Stephen J. Rothschild Award, designed to recognize people who exemplify the spirit of volunteerism and promote the cooperative efforts of Federation and its agency partners. Susie grew up in Monmouth County, New Jersey, and graduated from Brandeis University, where she majored in economics. She also holds an MBA from the Wharton School of Business with a major in finance. She spent 2 decades working with various Wall Street firms. Her expertise remains sought after. She currently serves as chair of the Delaware Retirement System Board of Trustees, as well as a member of the Investment Committee. Susie is an active volunteer in the Delaware Jewish community. As past president of the Jewish Federation, she now mentors and advises professional and lay leaders in addition to soliciting for our annual campaign. Susie has hosted events for the Lion of Judah, as well as Federation campaign events, and this year was the MC for our WOW event with national influencer Lizzie. Susie is vice president of the Milton and Hattie Kutz Foundation and a member of our grant committee. I can speak to her diligence and passion for Tikkun Olam, making this a better world. In the Passover Seder, we sing Dayenu. That should be enough. But that is not enough for Susie. Her expertise in finance has also benefited the Jewish Federation's Fund for the Future, where she chairs the investment committee. Susie's volunteerism in the community has made an impact in Delaware, but also beyond. She currently serves as the treasurer of JFNA, Jewish Federations of North America, the first time this position was held by a Delawarean. She is a member of JFNA's investment committee, a member of the Board of National Women's Philanthropy, a member of the Board of Governors of Hillel International. These responsibilities have given her the opportunity to travel the globe, seeing firsthand the important work of the Federation system and using her people skills to engage and educate. Susie is a Pied Piper. Her enthusiasm, warmth, and genuine caring have not only directly benefited our community locally, nationally, and internationally through her dedication, but have also encouraged so many others to join. Look around the room tonight at the many lives she has touched. Together, Susie and Stuart have 3 wonderful children, Nicole, Jake, and Sam. Together, their philanthropy has made a difference. And probably with the greatest joy, they have added grandparent to their list of titles. Please join me in recognizing Suzanne Barton Grant with the 2024 Stephen J. Rothschild Award. Whoops.
I was told I get 2 minutes, maybe 3. Leslie, thank you. That was beautiful. And I'm like shaking. Thank you for this incredible recognition. So, Steve Rothschild of blessed memory. When Stuart and I moved from New York to Delaware in 1987, Stuart worked for Steve at Skadden. And Steve was the first person to ask Stuart and me to make a gift to the Jewish Federation of Delaware. And that was truly a gift because it opened up an entire world for us. And Leslie, well, shortly after we moved to Delaware, so there was the Steve connection, but also a former Jewish Federation of Delaware president. Where's Paul? I saw him. He was here. He's back there. Paul Fine. Invited a bunch of young couples to his house for brunch, and that was followed by a trip around the state to visit all of our constituent agencies. Leslie Newman was the CEO of Jewish Family Services, and while all of the agencies were incredibly impressive, Leslie inspired me. I knew at that moment that I had to be involved with Jewish Federation. People like Leslie, Tony Young, Barbara Schoenberg, Robin Kaufman-Sarin, Bob Pincus, Marty Mand, Richard Levine, Barry Kane have served as my inspiration throughout the years. And then there's the incredible national and, quite frankly, global network of inspirational leaders. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. A beautiful sentiment from Maya Angelou. Steve and Leslie, along with many others I've worked with over the years, lay and professional, have made me feel so positive about the work of Jewish Federation. The work is meaningful, but the people, extraordinary. This is a very special recognition, but the greatest reward for years of volunteer work is seeing our children become involved in their local federations. It's been already mentioned. For us, Nikki and Josh in DC, and Jake and Megan in Miami. Sam's community service is as a Marine officer protecting our country as an F-35 pilot and knowing that our military has such close cooperation with the Israeli military. It's a good feeling. To see so many of our next generation engaged in some form of community service gives me great hope for our future. And as others have done for me, I hope that I have and continue to inspire and encourage others to feel part of our community. I try to live by Maya Angelou's sentiments and make others feel really good to be a part of something. The other thing I like to say is, say yes. If someone asks you to do a project, chair an event, or a committee, say yes. You never know where it will lead. So thank you to Seth and Carol and Jewish Federation of Delaware for this very special honor. So I'm pretty sure that when I was installed as the president of Jewish Federation of Delaware, Stuart was in Australia. So it's only fitting that tonight he's in London. So Stuart, I hope that you're sleeping, but if you are still awake, thanks for always being my biggest cheerleader. This would not be possible or nearly as much fun without your constant support. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Let's see if I can do this. Thank you, Leslie. Mazel tov, Susie. I know Steve is spelling. And now I have the great honor of presenting the Andrea Levine Woman of Valor Award to a very deserving friend and colleague. This award was established in 2017 by the Jewish Federation of Delaware in memory and in honor of my very dear friend, our very dear friend, Andrea Dopkin Rogerson Levine. Andrea was strong in her determination and conviction when it came to empowering our sisterhood of lay leadership. Andrea led by example. She was a force. Andrea was the epitome of a woman of valor, and therefore, the Andrea Levine Woman of Valor Award recognizes and encourages the development of strong women leaders within our community and provides opportunities for them to enhance and develop further strengthen their leadership skills. It is now my great honor, on behalf of the Jewish Federation of Delaware, to invite Michelle Silberglied to join me at the podium. Most of you already know Michelle. She's a devoted wife, devoted mother, and a devoted daughter. Or perhaps you know Michelle as a past president of the JCC, or maybe co-chair of Sports Classic, or maybe as the current membership vice chair of Congregation Beth Shalom. But did you also know that Michelle is the immediate past chairperson of Federation's Women's Philanthropy, and that she currently serves as the chairperson for Dignity Grows? She doesn't sleep a lot. And Michelle also now serves as co-chair of our newly established Lion Behind the Pin initiative, which will roll out soon, with Lisa Dodone Weiner. And as if all these positions weren't enough, Michelle is serving her 4th of 8 years on the National Women's Philanthropy Board. Michelle, you are a true community leader. I can't thank you enough, and I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award than you. I'd like to wish you a mazel tov and a kol hakavod. Thank you. Present it to you. For those who haven't seen this before, and this wasn't part of the presentation tonight, but I want to tell you what you're looking at. There's a very, very talented artist in our community, Alex Rudin. Some of you may know her parents, Francesca and Bruce. Alex grew up here. She was a part of our BBYO. She went off to college, and she is now an incredible artist studying abroad to further enhance her skills. 2 years ago, maybe, we asked Alex if she would we commissioned this award presentation from her, and there are limited, I think we did 20 prints, so only 20 women will ever receive this. And as you can see, it's Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and it says, real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. So, enjoy it.
Thank you. Just gonna put it down. You left yours up here, Susie. Thank you very much, Carol. I appreciate that. And thank you, Seth and Carol and the board for electing, or choosing me, I guess I'll say. As we all know, Andrea was a true woman of valor, and I am very honored to receive an award named after her. Since moving to Delaware in 1996, I have been involved in many Jewish organizations and continue to stay active in all of them. Carol just told you all of the different things that I do, which is keeps me very busy, as she said. My volunteerism with Jewish Federation of Delaware started after my role as Siegel JCC president ended, and I stepped into the role of Women's Philanthropy co-chair. Like many of you, while COVID was keeping us at home, I was looking for something else I could do to continue contributing to our community. I learned about Dignity Grows at the virtual Lion of Judah conference in January of 2021, and the rest, as they say, is history. A quick call to Wendy Berger
and we were on our way. I'm very proud to report that we have been packing totes for 3 years. We pack about 100 totes per month, and we have made a large impact in the state of Delaware by providing hygiene items to women in need across the state. We do pack at Seaside, and we have a wonderful relationship with the community at the beach, and we also pack here in Wilmington and deliver all over the state. In June of 2021, I was also nominated to join the National Women's Philanthropy Board. This is an 8-year position with women from all over the country. My class is exceptional in both talents and love for each other. We just held our own class retreat when the National Women's Philanthropy Board retreat was moved and postponed for this year. We had our own retreat in Las Vegas, and I truly enjoy learning and growing with this amazing group of sisters. Thank you again for this honor, and I look forward to continuing my work as a strong woman leader in our beloved Delaware community.
I clearly need a professional headshot. All these other pictures are phenomenal. Yeah. Good evening. My name is Josh Schoenberg, and I am fortunate to be able to introduce to you my friend, Jen Goldstein, this year's recipient of the Gilbert J. Spiegel Young Leadership Award. This award, established through the Jewish Federation of Delaware in honor of Gilbert J. Spiegel, recognizes individuals whose involvement, support for, and leadership within the Jewish community have set an example and inspired future young leaders. This award honors those who have made a commitment to the continued success of the Federation and our community through the ability to encourage, motivate, and engage other young leaders. Dr. Jennifer Goldstein wears many hats in this community, and I will highlight some of the most prominent ones. Originally from Long Island, New York, apparently there are Jews there, Jen received her bachelor's degree from Cornell University and her medical degree from the Sidney Kimmel Medical College, aka Jefferson Medical College. She moved back to New York to complete her residency at Mount Sinai Hospital, where she met her future husband, Dr. Greg Goldstein. The doctors Goldstein completed their fellowship at the University of Pennsylvania and moved to Chadds Ford to begin their family. Their family has grown to 2 daughters, Mira and Sarah, and a Beagle Lab mix, Coco, which brings endless entertainment to the family. Jen is an internal medicine physician and medical director at MCG, a subsidiary of Hearst Health. Prior to her current role, Dr. Goldstein served as assistant program director for the internal medicine residency at Christiana Care. Jen continues to teach at her alma mater at the Sidney Kimmel Medical College as an assistant professor of medicine. She also serves as lead investigator on numerous research studies and published her work in some of the most top medical journals in the world. Jen currently serves as the secretary of the Jewish Federation of Delaware. She served in the 2022 Community Study Committee, where she parlayed that experience into co-chairing with Jack Blumenfeld, the Strategic Planning Task Force, implementing the lessons learned as part of the community study to help provide a clearer vision for our community. The Goldstein families are members of Congregation Beth Shalom in Wilmington, where Mira and Sarah attend Hebrew school. Jen and Greg also serve on the Delaware Friends of Ben Gurion University leadership. It is my honor and privilege to introduce my friend, Jen Goldstein, the 2024 Gilbert J. Spiegel Young Leadership Award winner. Mazel tov, Jen, and your entire family.
Thanks so much, Josh. My family moved here about 10 years ago to this community, and we were brand new. Didn't know our way around and didn't know anything about the Jewish community. Our first introduction to the Federation was through Neil Hochstein and Carolyn Hochstein, Greg's partner. And it was at an event right here in this building. And from there, we met the Zaslavskys, who invited us to their home that week for a multi-family Shabbat, which is where I met Josh and Gina for the first time, along with many other young Jewish families in this community. It was the first time that we really felt like this was home for us, and it inspired us in many ways. I was so honored to lead the community task force this past year along with Jack Blumenfeld. The best part about it was being able to develop relationships across our great community. We had members from Cape Henlopen all the way to Chadds Ford. It was a wonderful experience. We are so excited to see where our report takes us, and my family and I can't wait to be a part of it. Thanks so much to Jack Blumenfeld for co-chairing the committee with me, to Seth, Carol, and Russ for supporting us along the way. I really, really appreciate the recognition of this award, and I can't wait to continue to be a part of this wonderful community. Thanks so much.
Okay, on behalf of the entire Jewish Federation of Delaware team, we would like to thank you all for being here today and express a heartfelt Mazal Tov and Yasher Koach to our esteemed award recipients, our board chair, and our Federation staff.
We'd like to extend one final and huge thank you to everyone in this room for your dedication to our very special community. We'd now like to invite you to join us in the courtyard for some delicious Israeli cuisine and live music by Sam Smith. Thank you very much.